Hey guys, good morning and hello from Mammoth Lakes, California. We are up and trying to get a couple days of skiing in before we head to Las Vegas for a Super Bowl Sunday event and, of course, the Traders Expo. So this morning has been pretty good already. We've had a couple opportunities in our triple Q trades. I'm trying to get these in a little bit early before we hit the slopes. You can see the trend is down and that, we've had some nice pullbacks into some very logical support and resistance areas, as well as into the confluence with the volume by price data. So everything's been lining up really well. The first trade was on a retest of this level. So we had a move from 317.19 up to 317.69. On the first go around, we had that target right down at 317.20. And actually, the entry on that one was at the 2 standard deviation retracement line. So we had this opportunity to get back up into this mean and then, look for the move back down into support. So it worked out very well. We had one of those that went down and just nailed our profit objective. And then we had the next trade that came up, got you in, and then stopped just shy of the profit objective. And I had it bracketed up, so that's a no-go, does not take you out there. I moved up after this low on this bar was put in, and actually was taken out at the volume by price threshold down just about there in the bottom of that bar. And then, of course, you see what happened. The next bar went and just boomed lower. That was the third test of that 317.69 resistance level. I didn't take it. I could have been looking at the relationship to the session VWAP, right? That gave us a good indication that we might have a move like this. It was also at the 50% retracement. All good stuff. Just didn't catch it, didn't see it, whatever. Things happen. Right now we're extended to SD again. And one of the things that I'm considering here is whether or not we are getting a support area put in. And if that support area then is going to give us a place that we can look for a retracement up into what's now overhead resistance, right? So now we've got this 316.71 level. And is this going to firm up? And if it does, then are we going to see, a move from somewhere down in here that retraces up into here and back down? Because I think the whole thing has got room to get down into 316.20 at least. So I'm going to keep looking for, retracements into the support and resistance areas. And if this extension gets us down into 316.20, then that's even better. If that's where we find support, then a move back up to 316.94 or 317.19, where we've got that support and resistance line drawn, that gets us into a wider potential profit, which is good, and gives us some room down into the range. Now, I would say that if we do start moving lower again, you want to keep an eye on this guy right here. That level is where we're catching an inflection. So even if we get down into 316.20, I would start thinking about heading for the exits if we get down into that volume by price threshold right there. All right, so the rest of the day is going to be more of the same. I think that if you're going through and you are monitoring all this stuff and marking these as they come along, then the next thing that you should be looking for is where the next trend VWAP is going to end. Is it going to be here, right? Or is it going to be down here somewhere? I mean, right now it's not going to change because VWAP, of course, is by what's happened, not what we're projecting. But you can see that, if the trend ends here, then we've got a pretty good reason to expect that price is going to bounce right at that line that I drew for you a minute ago. So the VWAP lines up exactly with the volume of price. That's to be expected. And that's still a 317.19 down to 316.90 move. So it's still worth doing, right? So it's about 30 cents per share. And let's see if this one lines up, and if we get back up into this resistance here, if this resistance actually holds, if we get a little pop lower from there, then we're in business. If not, then we will just keep looking at this one until we head to the slopes, or in your case, for the rest of the morning. All right, have a great day.